Oh, there is just nothing like waking up on a Saturday morning and having the opportunity to talk about my favorite purple haired dragon. Shout out to my boy Connor, who sent me this story on Twitter last night. It has been quite a while since we've talked about purple haired Megan Rapinoe. She hasn't been in the news lately. She's fallen a bit out of the mainstream. When you take away the Olympics, when you don't have the World Cup going on and your only platform is the NWSL, your national profile tends to shrink dramatically. Poor Meggie. She has been feeling a bit left out lately. You have all these other social justice warriors taking all of her attention. There are so many failures right now, so many people embarrassing themselves on a daily basis. I have almost forgotten about Megan Rapinoe. Like most in the woke movement, the purple dragon is addicted to attention. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, and with Megan Rapinoe, it's usually always negative. This woman's only accomplishment in life is turning herself into the ultimate victim. What a great role model for young women. Follow my lead, ladies. You too can become rich and famous. All you have to do is create a mythical enemy, pretend you're oppressed, and losers on Twitter will feel sorry for you. With her mainstream media profile on the decline, Megan Rapinoe decided to rectify this situation. Thursday, The Rock posted a commercial about his revival of the XFL. The league is set to start back up next year. Now, I highly doubt this works out. The XFL's already failed twice, but we'll get into that more in just a second. The Rock took to social media to unveil the new brand identity for the XFL. Megan Rapinoe seized this opportunity to make it all about herself. Check out this bullshit. First of all, I want to thank Megan Rapinoe. She took us into consideration and removed her purple face from her Twitter profile and replaced it with Black Lives Matter, the organization responsible for extorting black people for their own personal gain. Nothing really proves that Black Lives Matter like two lesbians who hate black men making millions of dollars extorting them. The feds, they used to lock mobsters away for extortion. Now, they consider it a charity and don't require them to pay taxes. Now, as you can see, Megan Rapinoe's hitting The Rock and the XFL with a cease and desist letter. She's claiming they stole her likeness. They clearly copied me. Because everyone wants to dye their hair purple and be an absolute failure. Obviously, this is the definition of bullshit. The Rock is one of the most successful actors in Hollywood. He's had a career that spanned 3 decades. Matter of fact, when The Rock heard about this cease and desist letter, he didn't know who the hell Megan Rapinoe was. Who in the fuck is this woman? Is that her natural hair color? Megan Rapinoe, she offered to introduce herself to The Rock. She approached him to tell her who she was, starting with her name. My sources were there to film the encounter. Here is The Rock's response.
What is your name?
I told you
it doesn't matter what your name is!
As you can see, not only is Megan Rapinoe completely irrelevant to us, she is also irrelevant to The Rock. Back in 2021, the Purple Dragon, along with her fiance Tweety Bird and her fellow loser Alex Morgan, they started a propaganda company called Together. Supposedly, the company is all about inclusion in sports. Now let me translate that for you. You're only included if you're a gay, non-binary, gender-void woman. You don't have to be a biological woman either. You only have to identify as a woman to be included in Club Rapinoe. I have been covering Megan Rapinoe for nearly 2 years now. I didn't know she started this propaganda machine. That's how successful this venture has been. The mission of the company is to get female athletes more favorable coverage in the media. Are these women blind? Are they illiterate? Female athletes couldn't get more media coverage than they've been getting right now. The mainstream media has been in overdrive trying to get you to feel sorry for women in sports. Megan Rapinoe is claiming The Rock stole her likeness. Now, I want you to take a look, and you tell me if you think these two logos are the same. I have been telling you these people are constantly looking to be victimized. Look at the first fucking sentence. Too often, the work and creativity of women is overlooked and undervalued. I don't even know what to say to that bullshit. Number one, there's nothing creative about your logo. You took the word together and you replaced the E with a fucking X. Whoa! I'm sure it took hours of brainstorming to come up with that brilliant idea. What the hell does the X even mean? Is that the newest letter added to the LGBT movement? LGBTQIAA++X? Why don't we go ahead and include every fucking letter in the alphabet? That way, all letters can feel the love of inclusion. We don't want any letter to feel left out. We have to consider their feelings. This is absolutely pathetic. Let me tell you what this is. This is Megan Rapinoe trying to bring attention to her failing company. She's using The Rock, she's using the XFL to bring attention to herself. It's the same thing she's been doing the last 5 or 6 years. She has used the social justice movement to become a celebrity. Megan Rapinoe played professional soccer for 7 years. No one knew who she was. As soon as she got down on her knees, she became a media star. Do you even know what team Megan Rapinoe plays for in the NWSL? Do you know what team Sue Bird plays for? No and no. These two women are only known for pushing propaganda and bullshit. Are there similarities between the two logos? Sure, a little bit. Is it 100% copied? Is it plagiarism like a Joe Biden speech? Do I think The Rock knew this logo even existed? No. Megan Rapinoe, I hate to break it to you, you don't own the word together. Just because the logos are similar, it doesn't mean it's infringement. There are a shitload of companies that have similar branding strategies. Take a look. Airbnb and Azuma, Gucci, Chanel, Carrier, Ford. Like I said, this is a desperate cry for attention by Megan Rapinoe, and possibly a cash grab, which will end up in failure. The Rock is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Megan Rapinoe worth a couple of $1 million. The Rock has the resources to bankrupt you in a legal war. Now let's get to the XFL for a second before we wrap things up. Last year, The Rock bought the XFL from Vince McMahon for $15 million. Now I got to give it to Vince McMahon. Dude is an excellent businessman. He had something that was literally worthless and found someone who would give him $15 million for it. Now, I don't know what it's going to take for these rich people to understand. Minor league football doesn't work. The USFL restarting again. We've had several iterations of arena football. All of them failed. NFL Europe failed. Hell, the NFL, the most successful league in the country, even they couldn't get minor league football to succeed. The XFL, like I said, has already failed twice, and next year it will fail for a third time. You want to know the reason minor league football will never succeed in America? Minor league football, spring football, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You want to know why it doesn't work? Because we already have minor league football in this country. It's called college football. Leagues like the XFL or the USFL, they will never be as popular as college football. Another reason it will never succeed? There's not a need for it. In order for something to be successful, there's got to be demand. You have to offer something unique. I have compared this concept to starting your own YouTube channel before. If you're starting a YouTube channel centered around sports, how are you going to differentiate yourself from everyone else? It's the same thing with the XFL. What are you offering that's different? What market need are you filling? There is no demand for another football league, so what The Rock is trying to do is fill a void that doesn't exist. But let me know what you think. Megan Rapinoe threatening The Rock with legal problems in a desperate cry for attention. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.